Hello, everyone. Welcome to Nails and Beauty Talk. I am your host, Asia the Bird. To have a very special guest with me today. She is a nail artist and the owner of Touch by Tonika. Please welcome Tonika Owens.
Yay!
Hello, Tonika. Welcome to
Hey!
the show.
Hey! Yes! Hey!
Hello, hello. So I want to go ahead and ask by asking you this question: Where are you from, and tell us about your upbringing.
Okay, so I'm from Oklahoma City. Raised in a single parent home. Just my mom, my three or not three sisters, two sisters. So it's a house full of women. First of
Hmm.
all, I went to school on the south side, raised on the south
Hmm.
side. Went to I guess what a lot of people would consider like well, it's a diverse university out here in Edmond,
Hmm.
University of Central Oklahoma. And then I also went to nail school at Francis Tuttle. And yeah, I've just been kind of thriving and achieving everything from
Hmm.
on out. So yeah.
Yeah, that's really, really cool. How'd you get started into the nail industry?
So honestly, like whenever I had started, my mom used to take me to the shops all the time when I was younger. I never got to get my
Hmm.
nails done, but I got to sit at the table next to her while she was getting hers done, and I always just like watched and everything. I always loved my nails and my toes painted, and so
Right.
one day I was like, "Mom, I want to practice on your toes." I practiced on her toes. My aunts then was just like, "Hey, come do my feet." So it's like
Hmm.
I started painting toes first, and then it just went like from there. Like I started like growing more and more into loving it, and it just became more
Right.
of a hobby for me. And
Hmm.
yeah, like it literally went from like every like I started at 11, so it just
Hmm.
trickled with me there. Like I literally was in classrooms and everything, like polishing people's nails in class and stuff, getting in trouble for having paint everywhere, but I didn't care because I loved it. So yeah, but yes, yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool because I could relate to that because that's how I started getting into nails. Like, watching my mom get her nails done.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I do her nails now, giving her manicures and pedicures. So
Yes.
yeah, it's really amazing to make your, family members, feel good and
Feel
things like
good. Oh yeah, I'm sure all my aunts and cousins are proud. Like,
that.
like literally, like for real. So yeah.
Yeah, right, exactly. But I definitely want to go ahead and ask, like, who would you consider to be like your top five favorite nail artists?
Oh, oh gosh, that's kind of okay. So I know for sure my number one is Dallas J Nails. I literally
Mm,
like as soon as I got on Instagram and really started to like understand how Instagram works, I started following her, and then I noticed that we had so much in common. Like I'm a year older than her, but it's just like everything that
mhm,
she was talking about from her journey starting and everything to now, like I feel like our process was basically like the same. Like her it's just her state is a more high traffic state versus mine. Um
mhm,
Also I would say Nails by Dev for sure. Like
mhm.
I love her entire like 90s theme. I love art. So the fact that she is drawing cartoons on all of her art, like I aspire to be
Right.
just as good as her. Um I'm trying to think who else like I would have as somebody that's like a top for me. I don't know if I got a top five, but I know those are my top two for sure. Oh, myself. Because I definitely inspired myself because
Okay.
I'm like, girl, how? But yes, other than that, like I feel like I just have like those two as my like main two people that I'm like looking at, like, oh my gosh, like the stuff that they're doing is amazing, like from business side to their work and even just like,
Mhm,
a little bit they share with their personal life too. I'm like, oh my god, girl, me too. Like this is my friend. But yeah.
mhm. Yeah, that's really, really cool. But I definitely want to go ahead and ask, like, did you go to nail school to become a nail tech? And if you
Yes.
have, tell us about the experience and the journey being in nail school.
Yes. So as soon as I graduated with my bachelor's degree, I went that next fall to nail school, and my experience in the beginning was like up and down. First of all, excuse me, I had just found out that I was pregnant a week before I started
Mm,
school. So I was absolutely nervous. I thought I was about to have to give up on all of everything that I was trying to do and stuff. But then obviously words of encouragement and support from like family and everything. I was just like, I'm just gonna go. And
right.
so I went, and I was bored. I was bored out of my mind. And then I was trying to be low key too, because obviously, like being in nail school, and then if you were already established before you even went to school and stuff, you know, you have those people who will be trying to report you and all kind of stuff like that. And I just was not trying to do it. So I was trying to stay low key, which was hard for me to stay low key because they already knew who I was.
Right.
So, once the teachers changed though, and we ended up getting a new teacher the next semester to one that was more someone I could connect with more. I was enjoying it like so much more than I was before. Like before,
Right.
I was barely showing up. I was already pregnant, not feeling good, so I just was not encouraged at all to like go. But that lady, like, her name is Miss Wendy. She's helped me, and even to this day, like, we still stay in contact. She still like keeps me up to date with everything. So yeah, I would just say the experience was worth it in the long run. But
Mm-hmm.
I feel like also too, if you go in with a mindset of being bored and just, you know, just so
Right.
low vibrational, then obviously it's gonna suck for sure. But if you
Right.
go and it's gonna be with like you're going with a more positive mindset, you keep your mind focused on like what your end goal is, then you won't have to worry about anything else. So yeah, I would say it was definitely a rewarding experience. It still is. Like,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of opportunities came from going to school. Like first I thought it was just a piece of paper. I was like, I don't want to go because it's just a piece of paper. I know everything, but I don't know everything. So I was willing to learn. So that helped me out also. So yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that's really amazing because, like, for me, I'm a life cosmetologist. So I took cosmetology courses during my time in high school. So,
oh
so it's like from sophomore to senior year. And they
yeah,
only teach like a small part of nails. Like, my nails, like my core interest, you
yeah,
know what I mean? But they only teach you a small segment. And that's the thing with nail education. I think nail education has grown, like, and came a long way, in the last 10,
yes,
15 years. You know
yeah,
what I mean? Especially since I graduated high school, which is like 2015. So, the thing is, I think with, state board schools, I think they should touch more on what's up to date, within, the nail industry.
yes. So yes, emphasis on up to date, okay? Because fiberglass nails is just not really happening no more.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
yeah, and it's just kind of like they're still like stuck on that. They're still even teaching that for like state board, and a lot of these people are getting out of school not knowing how to do things, or just deciding not to go further with the trade that
Mhm.
they learned or whatever, because they feel like I still don't know how to do the stuff that I see on Instagram or whatever the case may
Right.
be. So what's the point? And yeah, I try to encourage like a lot of the girls. When I was in school with adults and high school students, but a lot of the high school girls cling to me, and so I would just like listen to like a lot of the things that they complained about, and would just try
Mhm.
to encourage them. Like, I left before all of them like was already done before them, so I
Right.
try to just encourage them to like stick at it, because I had to pay out of pocket for mine since my
Mm,
financial aid went to college, and
mm,
but theirs was free. So it's just like, this is a free trade where you can make tons and tons of money, have opportunities and everything like that, and they're giving this education to you for free. So you definitely want to take advantage. Just become discouraged and everything because things are not up to date. It's very old school
right.
style for sure. So yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. Even when I was in cosmetology classes in my high school, I had to learn a lot of stuff on my own. You know what I mean? And, figure out what's going on my own, because they're not going to teach you that.
Yeah, yeah. And you said 2015. I graduated high school in 2011. So I can only see the difference from 11 to 15 to 15 to now. Like, it's a
Right.
humongous change for sure. Like, it's crazy
Mm,
how the world like evolves literally every day. So it's like you have to stay on top of every single trend, because I don't know. Next thing you know, people gonna have real live insects literally living on the nail or something. We don't know. We'll find out soon. We'll find out soon. But yeah.
Yeah, yeah, right, exactly. So you have your own nail salon called Touch by Tonika. So I
Mhm.
want you to talk about your journey, and especially the process behind, having your own salon. Was it hard? Just tell us about that.
Yeah, so I started in my dorm. Went from my
Mhm.
dorm to my mother's living room, to my mother's living room to my apartment. And then I was in my apartment for a while, was absolutely terrified to even like step out, go into like a suite, or just separate from the home, because it was just like I could just roll out of bed, throw on some clothes, and then go to
Mhm.
the next room.
Right.
Not realizing that I needed that development and growth outside of my home. And so especially whenever like home now is like work then home for me or whatever.
Mhm.
So once I got into my very first suite, I absolutely loved it.
Mhm.
I love being away from the house. I love the fact that I could get up and I feel like I'm actually getting dressed and stuff like that. And just like, like I feel like I'm
Right.
seeing the world. Cause for a while I was like, I'm in a dungeon. I don't want to go back to the dungeon. Like I
Right.
literally would just like find stuff to do. Like I would go to Walgreens and just go and just walk
Mhm.
around Walgreens because I'm like, I don't want to be in the house. Like I don't want to be here.
Right.
So once that my first suite did not work out, due to just like complications with my business and then another esthetician's business that was right down the hall from me, I ended up leaving that location. And then where I'm at now, it's a 3-part salon. So it's me, and then I have two lash techs that are also there too, and they have their own separate businesses as well, but they also do other businesses outside of lashes too. So it's like we have multiple services in this one building. That process was the most stressful process that I've ever
Mhm.
been in my life. Like our weather here in Oklahoma is super bipolar.
Mhm.
So, it was February when my other lease was ending, and obviously, with February being somewhat of a short month, I had to be out of there before the end of February. Well, I still
Mhm.
hadn't found a new location because a lot of the times around the winter time, people have already filled up suites. There's nothing open or whatever. So I literally would call around and everything trying to find a space that was open. I didn't want a fixer upper. I just wanted
Right.
something that was already done. But then even the places that were already done, they were trying to charge me about as much as I pay for my place. So I was just
Mhm.
like, I'm not paying y'all my rent or double the rent or none of that. Like I'm just not doing
Mhm.
it. So I was like, I'm gonna just go ahead and I'm gonna like find this one space. I declined the space at first
Right.
because it was ugly. It was ugly. It was vacant for a very long time, and I could smell it. And I was like, this is a fixer upper. I don't want it. But then I just kept praying about it, and I was just like, if this is where I'm supposed to be, if this is what I gotta do, like just give me the yes or no. I asked to go look at the
Right.
place again, and I
Mhm.
was I was just trying to envision how everything is. I sent pictures and videos to the girls, like, hey, like this is the space, this is your room, this is my room, whatever. And they was just like, I think we can do it. So I was like, okay, cool. Let me try to negotiate some things. So I had to negotiate a couple of things because we basically had to renovate the entire space. Like
Mhm.
it was complete renovation.
Right.
And we just so happened during the weekend that I had to move out of the other suite, an ice storm comes.
Wow.
So yes. And so at that point,
Wow.
right, I was like, I have to get out of this other space. I can't move everything back into my house or whatever because the
Mhm.
room that I once worked out of is now our son's room. So it's like I can't do that. And then
Mhm.
it's an ice storm happening right now, and I just got my brand new truck. So I was like, I'm definitely not
Mhm.
trying to drive my brand new truck on no ice. Like I'm terrified to drive on ice. But
Mhm.
luckily and surprisingly and very crazy faith like, I was so determined that I was up there day and night, and we literally finished everything in like 3.5 days. Like
Mhm.
everything from pulling up carpet, laying floor, painting walls, like cleaning is setting up our stuff because I had clients that next week. I did not plan my stuff out accordingly. So because of that, I was very, very stressed out. But I knew in the end what it was that I was trying to do. And I kept saying I wanted to have a space where I'm comfortable, where nobody's complaining about nail smell and everything like that. And so I went
Mhm.
ahead and went through with that space, and I love it. Like the people around there are very nice. The ladies that I'm working in the space with, like they're the bomb. They're really nice. We're all goofy with each other, but we're all like on the same vibe and just chill and everything.
Mhm.
And I love it. Like I absolutely love it. So yeah, I would just
Mhm.
say like when you're leveling up to something that you're supposed to have, like it's not gonna always be peaches and cream. Like it's definitely gonna be tough
Mhm.
for sure. And it's gonna take like a lot of patience for you to like get to that certain point. It's easy for us to give up, but if you just keep on going, you just don't know how close you are to like that bright light. And I didn't realize how bright of a light that was. So yeah,
Mhm.
it was worth it for sure. And it's so cute in there. Like super cute in there. So yes. Yes.
Yeah, right, exactly. But I definitely
Yeah.
want to switch gears and talk about like what are some of the common mistakes you think when people are owning their own salon or, especially with maintaining a nail business?
So a lot that I feel starting out when you're opening up like a salon and stuff, of course everybody wants to have like the newer things, the new improved everything. And they can't find themselves pulling out tons of money or even just using their own money to buy some of the newest and latest things that they see in other people's salons that may be in like, I don't know, like Beverly Hills or something like that or whatever.
Right.
And then they realize that once they open up, if you don't have the proper marketing, if you don't have the proper products that you're needing to maintain what you just spent all your money on for this building, then you're about to find yourself working double, if not triple times harder just to get that money back up, keep your
Mm,
business open, and then also trying to like throw all these different giveaways and everything for people to come in just so that it's bringing in some type of money. So I feel like a lot of people don't focus on the marketing. I feel like they don't focus on building a proper team um for
mhm.
before they do that. And I also feel that like when it comes to maintaining it, um they're not staying up to date with
Right.
everything. Our laws and stuff here for the cosmetology board, they change all the time. And I had to learn the hard way whenever like they will come in and do an inspection and they'd be like, oh, well, you got to have this or you can't have this somewhere. And I'm like, where does it say that at? And they was like, oh, well, it's on the website. Y'all don't send emails? Like, that doesn't make sense to me. So it was very frustrating. And I just feel like that's something that they like a lot of people don't, they just don't pay attention to the main thing. They just like look at the glitz and glamours like, oh, I got a nail salon and I got all of this and look at these chairs, they got like 10 speeds to massage your back and your feet and stuff like that. But it's just like, but if you ain't got no butt sitting in that chair, it doesn't matter. Like it
Right.
doesn't matter. So I just feel like if people should maintain, I'm not saying everybody has to start out small and stuff like that, but starting out small and building your way up, I feel like helps a lot, because sometimes we can get so caught up in everybody like hype. We can get caught up in the hype and
Right.
we lose focus on what the main purpose of opening up that salon is. So it's
Mhm.
definitely you just need like a legit plan outside of the business plan. Like you got a business plan to project or to basically to give to like the companies that you want to invest or whatever, but you also need to have like a separate plan as far as the work that you also need to do as well to make sure that you're getting your numbers and everything correct, inventory and everything like that, just like right on track. Because like I said, it's easy to get caught up in the hype for doing something great and then you find yourself not having no business. So
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, I could definitely agree with that. But also too, I definitely want to touch on with pricing too,
Mm-hmm.
because I think it's very common for, us as artists or creatives, including us in the nail industry or in cosmetology,
Yes.
to kind of underprice our work. You know what I mean? So how important is it to understand your worth and your value? And especially when you price your services, what are things you take into account in regards to pricing?
Yes. So my biggest thing for me is the quality of the product. A lot of these brands out here are considered like very, very popular. And so people feel like I have to have that when you really don't. Like there's some
Mhm.
brands out here that are like, that are smaller businesses and stuff whose products work just as better or just like better or at the same level as like the popular companies, and their
Right.
pricing on it is not as expensive either. I had to learn that buying the latest and greatest thing is just not always the thing to do. You're going to find yourself broke with products that don't work. And then you're going to find yourself giving those products away and mad as hell because you just spent your money on it and you're not even going to get your money back on how much you just spent on everything.
Right.
So I feel like your product, your time is so important. I do my appointments every 2 hours. But if I have somebody that's coming in for a 3-4 plus hour nail set, that set is definitely about to be 150 and up for sure. Because at this point, now that we're going over 2 hours, we're going into the 3, 4, 5, and 6 or whatever. Well, now that's like 3 appointments in your one session. It would be
Mhm.
crazy to charge somebody like $150 for a 6-hour set when you literally just
Mm.
broke sweat and everything to make sure that this set is done exactly the way that they're wanting it done, and making
Right.
sure that you're perfecting everything too, because that at the end of the day, that's your work, that's your name. So you definitely gotta make sure
Mhm.
that you're charging for at least like your time. And the way that I basically do it is I go based off of the length of the nails, exactly what they're asking for, especially like cartoons and stuff. The bling really doesn't take like a long time to me. It's the artwork that takes a long time. So I make sure that those are priced a little bit more expensive on my and I don't want to say expensive because I feel like I'm very reasonable, but I just price it a little higher than everything else because that's what's taking the most time. And if somebody that's new, that's never came like got the nails done by me before, if they ask me like, oh well, I want to do a Barbie doll set and I want you to draw like a black Barbie and a white Barbie on the other hand or something like that, I just let them know straight up, this set is going to take 3+ hours. If you are not willing to sit for 3+ hours, please do not. Like, we can find something else that we can do Barbie theme that will take 2 hours, but everything else, like, this is how much it's going to be starting out, and then this is how much time it's going to take. So if you're not willing to sit through that, then I pre-warned you, and then that's just that, and we're going to go from there. But I feel like those are like my top three things: products, time.
Mhm.
Oh no, I said two things: the product and the time, for sure. And then I guess
Mhm.
like the length and everything too, like just depending on like what it is that they're getting, so the quality of everything. But I try to make sure that
Mhm.
everything that I use is top quality products, and if it's worked for me for this long, ain't no point in me changing it. So I'm gonna keep using those same products. Like Young Nails, I've stuck with Young Nails for the last 5 years, and it has not switched up on me like other brands have. So I'm
Mhm.
sticking with Young Nails for sure. Like that's holy grail right there. So yeah, yeah.
Mm, yeah, right, absolutely. But I also want to get into as well as booking clients. So, what are some things that have helped you in regards to gaining clientele, but also booking clients as well?
Okay, so I had to learn how to use social media. When I say I was on
Mm.
YouTube, TikTok has helped me out a lot too. Surprisingly, these kids, these little 13, 14 year olds know how to work social media. I've had some of my clients that had their teams with them, and they would like literally like tell me, oh, you got to make sure to post this. Oh, make sure you're using these hashtags and everything. And then once I learned how to use the insights, when I figured out how to work the algorithm, because like Instagram is no longer working off of one or two algorithms anymore. It's like four or whatever.
Mhm.
I had to figure out which algorithm is the highest, fastest one, and that is the reels. So I make sure that whatever is trending, whatever sound is trending, that's on TikTok and on Instagram. I make sure to try to like push those types of videos out and do them as soon as possible. As soon as I see them, I'm trying to hurry up and do them very quick, because as soon the it can trend for 10 minutes right now, and then 2 hours later it's not trending anymore. So it's like you
Mhm.
want to get caught in that wave, like you want to be in that wave and push your work out. You want to make sure that everything that you are marketing on your social media is appealing to clients, even if it's just one group of people. There may be somebody who likes short natural nails, but they see these beautifully long decked out nails, but like the aesthetic of them are just so pleasing that they're like, I would never get them, but I love
Mhm.
this, and I'm gonna show this to such and such or whatever. I'm gonna just share it because it's that bomb, and then there you go, you got more of an audience that's just
Right.
looking at your work. So
Mhm.
it's just like you have to take into account now, like how your videos are looking, how your backgrounds are looking, making sure everything is clean and crisp. I do feel like the type of phone or camera that you have does matter.
Mhm.
I had to learn that. I was a
Agreed.
strong Android user. I was a strong Android user. I did not love it. I didn't want an iPhone. I was against iPhone. But ever since I have gotten an iPhone, I noticed how much more views and likes that I get on my videos based off of how clear everything is, how clean
Mhm.
everything looks. And then I learned how to like edit pictures as far as like adjusting, contrasting, and all kind of stuff like that. I just watch TikTok videos and like learn how to do that myself too. So I'm like, oh my god, this is amazing. Like it just
Mhm.
helps. It helps a lot. Like I just try to make sure that whoever I am marketing to, I want to make sure that I can post something that I know everybody is going to look at and they're going to love, including men. Because men love nails too. Like, I've gotten a lot of compliments from men on nails, and I'd be so surprised. Like, I feel like I made it when a man be like, "Oh my god, your nails are cute." Like, like I'm like, yeah, thanks. Like, yeah. So,
Mhm.
yeah, yep. I feel like that's the biggest way to go ahead and get it out there. Social media is like, it's like the virtual business card. Like, you can
Mhm.
still have the old school way of business cards and stuff like that. Word of mouth is gonna always work, but the old school way of business cards, like that is so less than right now. It's
Mhm.
all about social media. Everything is about image and how everything looks. Everybody is like,
Right.
their eyes is
Yeah,
on
the
the screen.
aesthetics, yeah.
Yes, like glued to the screen. So it's definitely important to just make sure that you're using all your platforms, and then you know who you're targeting on all your platforms too, because you don't have the same audience on Facebook that you do on Instagram. Instagram is a bigger
Right.
platform, so if you're going to post on Facebook, you want to at least make sure that you're posting to your locals, so that way you can keep people coming in for services and stuff like that. But on your Instagram, you're trying to go worldwide with it, so you want to
Yeah.
make sure that you're posting things that is going with everything worldwide, like songs, everything. So it's just figuring out what platform you want to use as your main platform, and then how you can still keep yourself relevant on the other platforms too, because you have different people on those markets. So yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, right,
Yep.
most definitely. And that's the thing with being a creative, because you also have to be a business person, a marketer, so you
Yeah.
have to wear these multiple hats.
Yes. Oh my god. I be tired. I'm not gonna lie. I these reels have been kicking my butt. Like, they have been kicking my butt, but I try to push them out because I've noticed such a drastic change from me being consistent
Mhm.
and posting every day. Even if it's just one or two, I try to get them out. At the most, I could probably get out 5 throughout the day. But I just kept seeing people say, post 5 to 10, post 5 to 10 every day. That's how you do it. And I
Mhm.
see it. Like, my page has literally been going nonstop up, and I love it, because I'm like, oh god, thank you, finally, because I've been at this for a very long time and I didn't understand. Like, I just didn't
Mhm.
understand. I was upset with myself, because I'm like, girl, what are you doing? Like, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I'm trying to get acclimated to TikTok and things like that. So, you
Yes.
know, but yeah, but it is very important to market yourself, because that's
Yeah.
how you get out there a lot more. But
Yeah.
I definitely want to also switch gears and talk about you got a YouTube channel. So what made you get started with your YouTube channel?
I haven't touched my YouTube channel in like so long, but I love vlogging. Like, if you have me on Snapchat, like, I'm on Snapchat, like, okay, y'all, so I'm about to go and do this, and I'm about to go and do that. So I had so many people say, like, you should vlog, and I'm like, what? And so I started investing in that, and I had like paid someone who is also a popular YouTuber, but she used to do intros and everything, and so I had her like make my intro for me and banner, and then I learned how to like edit my videos. I even took an intro class, and I was like, I just want people to see the journey of a nail tech. I want them to understand what we go through, because I see people all the time that's like, I've seen stripper vlogs. If people can post stripper vlogs and then their stuff goes up, then I
Right.
know for a fact that they want to see what a nail tech goes through, for sure.
Right, exactly.
Like, because I mean, we're watching y'all count y'all money after every night,
Mhm.
so surely I want to see, like, we got to go to the supply store, here's the restock, this is what we're doing, and then
Right.
also the other business that we decide to do on top of our main business too. So
Mhm.
yeah, I just love talking to people. I love giving people insight, and I used to watch people's vlogs and stuff all the time, and I'm just like, I can do it.
Right.
Like, it's just them talking about their life, and sometimes half the time they're not doing nothing, but they got hella views, because people just like people like me. I'm people like to just sit and watch people do nothing, like, literally.
Right,
So
right.
yeah, that's basically like where it came from. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah. That kind of reminds me of that whole big thing a couple years ago with the mukbangs, because all you do is sit and watch people eat.
I was that person. That was me. I was watching them. Me and my son. Me and my son will literally lay in bed and we're just watching people eat. And I'm just like, huh, that looks so good. Sometimes I have to eat something to make me feel like I'm eating whatever it is that they're eating, because it looks that good. I'm like, this is
Right.
insane. Like, why am I watching this? But I loved it. Just like organizing videos. I love watching people organize and clean. Like, and
Right,
now,
exactly.
yeah, when I do that, now I done went and bought all kinds of stuff, because I see these people cleaning. I think I'm gonna clean the same. I think I'm gonna clean the same way as them, and I'm not.
Right,
Like, so
right.
yeah, I like YouTube though. I do want to get
Mhm.
back. I want to start back on it and stuff, but I want to make sure that I'm like balancing everything out because that's a whole nother job alone. And the editing, I
Right.
hate it.
Yeah.
I hated the editing, but
Mm.
it was fun though. It was fun. I had a
Right.
lot of people ask me about it too, so I'm just like, I guess I gotta give the people what they want. So yeah.
Mm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's the thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
but I definitely want to get into your nail art because it gives me 90s 2000s vibes. I love the
Yeah.
nail art. So I definitely want to go ahead and ask, like, what attracted you to that era of like nail art?
I don't know. I feel like it's just very. It gives me. I don't even know if the vintage is even the right word, but that's what it gives me. Is like vintage. I love like a lot of the newer styles that everybody is wearing.
Hmm.
I love how like a lot of the hairstyles are coming back. But when I search like certain hairstyles on Pinterest, and then I see how they pop up and how they used to look back then, I truly believe that history repeats itself. So
Hmm.
I don't know, like I just always loved how it looked. I love the nail trends that are going on now, but it's
Right.
something about like the old school stuff. Even with the new nail trends, like giving it a twist on the old school, where like like the little line designs and stuff like that. And
Right.
now everybody is like putting like hearts and stars and stuff. I'm like, okay, that's cute, but I don't want to do that. I want the
Right.
chains. I want the dollar signs. I want the dollar bills. I want everything inside
Mm.
of the nails. So I just started doing more of those type of sets, and my nail clients loved it. And even my shorter nail clients was like, I want something like that. Like I can't do the long nails, but I want something. I just try to make sure that everybody is able to get what it is that they want. I don't want nobody to feel excluded. So I just like look up a whole bunch of different styles. And that era is just something that I absolutely love. Even the Austin Powers era, I don't even know what era
Mhm.
that is, but I'm just calling it Austin Powers. I love that era. I love the lava lamps. I used to have hella lava lamps, like like hella lava lamps. The neon lights, black lights. Like I love all of that stuff. I love the trippy nail sets. I remember seeing my
Mhm.
uncle like in his room. He had like tons of like trippy nail art, and he had a
Right.
black light. And I was like, I don't understand why you have this black light, but this light is
Mhm.
hitting this poster, and these colors are speaking to me right now. So
Right. Exactly.
I don't know, it just kind of like came to me, and then it kind of became a slight obsession. Like even just based off of like I said, how I like even dress. I started getting more like army pants and like baggy pants and stuff with tennis shoes or cute little like flannel jackets and stuff like that. And even just like, hairstyles and stuff. I'm just like, yeah, I'm just gonna bring it back just a little bit. And plus it's
Mhm.
cold here too, so it just makes it even better because back then they like to layer their clothes. I love layering my clothes. So
Mhm.
this is the perfect season for me to do it. So yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's really, really cool. But definitely, like with that era, like the nostalgia. But I just love
Yeah.
how people are just bringing some of the trends back, like the French nail tips, the money nails, the
Yes,
curved
yes.
nails.
Mm-hmm.
I love what Fetish for Nails is doing. Jasmine, like
Yes,
that whole 90s
I
vibe.
love her. She was such an inspiration for my photo shoot that I had just did in August. She was such a huge inspiration, and I'm just like I wasn't for sure. Like I've had the idea for a long time, but I didn't know which way to go about it. And I was like, I don't want
Mhm.
everybody's nails and stuff to look the same, but I still wanted to be my own twist on everything. And then I seen some of her work, and I'm just like, man, like she really like she stuck with it. Like she did it and she stuck with it. And I'm like, this is definitely inspiration. Like
Mhm.
for sure. And even like just like whenever I had posted like my pictures and stuff, I was like making sure that I tagged her and let her know like this is inspiration from you, because I don't ever want nobody to think that like like, oh well, you kind of got the idea from me or whatever the case may be, because
Right,
she
exactly. Yeah.
really is like, yeah, she's really like the only person that I've seen really do like the curved nails like frequently, and then also like the photo shoots and stuff like that. So I was just like, I want to make sure that she knows that she inspired me. Like, you inspired me, girl. If you see this, you inspired me, because
Mhm.
yeah, she was, yeah. And now she be commenting on my stuff. I'm like, oh my god, I think we friends. Like, yeah, I get so excited. So I'm like, yes, so I love this.
Mhm.
Like, I love it. So yeah. She's great. She's really good.
Yeah, that's absolutely cool. But I definitely want to ask this question. It's like fashion nail artistry has played such a role in Black culture, especially with, Black women. In
Yes.
your perspective, in regards to the nail industry, do you feel like Black women had a huge influence in the nail industry? And do you think Black women get enough credit and recognition for, trends in the nail industry?
So I definitely feel like we were a huge influence when it came to the chunky nail art. Um there's obviously different things um that inspired our like our era and everything, or like just like the Black women like having their influence and stuff like that, such as like the marbling and everything, because I can't necessarily be like, oh yeah, the marbling nails, yeah, that was us, we did that first or whatever, because I'm not 100% sure. But what I can say is that we wore that and we did that and we
Mm-hmm.
own that now. Like that's our thing.
Right.
Like we got the art, the curved nails, everything that's gold, everything gold. And either you can do a lot or you can do a little. Even just like the money nails, that was Lil Kim. She did that, and a Black
Mm-hmm.
nail tech did her nails. You know what I'm saying? To do that set. So it's just like
Mm-hmm.
we influence so much of everything. Not even just nails, like everything.
Right.
And we don't get enough of credit for it at all. Unfortunately, a lot of the things that we do, um, it's getting taken and then somewhat revised, or trying to revise it, and sometimes not even trying to revise it and then calling it something completely different,
Yeah.
and trying to make it seem as if this was something that was created by them, and it's just like, no sir, like we can date this all the way back, like I'm saying, Google us
Right.
because we did this. But it
Exactly.
sucks. But I'm always like try to make sure to let it be known, like that we did it, like Black women did it. Explaining my shirt, like what I'm saying,
Mm-hmm.
like I always try to make sure that I put that out there. Even just like being a nail tech, a lot of people were just like shocked about the fact of me being Black and being a nail tech. That was a huge shocker, and I didn't understand why, because I felt like, yeah, obviously we see a lot of like Asian women and men doing like nails and stuff like that growing up, but that doesn't mean that we can't do it too, or whatever. So
Mm-hmm.
it's just like, I guess the way that I was thinking, like the way that my mind processed everything, that far, I didn't see it being a problem, but a lot of people did see it as a problem. So I just feel like the recognition has grown more now. But whenever
Mm-hmm.
I first started doing nails, it was not, there was really no acknowledgement at all for like Black
Mm-hmm.
nail techs in the beauty industry at all. And even now as a whole, just nail techs period really doesn't get the acknowledgement that we should get. Just
Mm-hmm.
as much as hairstylists, makeup artists, and stylists and stuff like that, I feel we're the bottom of the totem pole when it comes to that type of acknowledgement. So yeah, we need our recognition. For sure.
Yeah.
Like we do need it. We do. Like it will mean a
Mhm.
lot to us for sure. So yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, and that's the thing. I could totally agree. We are the movers and shakers of fashion, and especially within the nail industry, because, like how we said, the money nails, the curved nails, the bling nails. That's something that we made hot. Pop,
Yes.
especially in music videos, like Lil Kim and female rappers. Now you got Sweetie, Megan Thee Stallion, you
Yes.
know, wearing the nails. Especially Megan wearing the lipstick nails, and that's a hot thing
Yes.
too. So,
With a twist on it too. She took it
mhm,
to the coffin style and then put the lipstick on there. Like that's
mhm,
definitely like that's a look. That's a vibe for sure. Like it's like narrow nails is where it's at. And she definitely narrowed it to the point where it's a popular trend. Even just the way that she poses with her nails now. I've had so many of my nail clients like send me nail poses like that. I was like, I don't know, I want your booty on my phone, but like, yeah, do your
mhm,
thing, girl. But yeah, the hip hop industry definitely has definitely taken it to a whole nother level. I do love that there's like recognition, like whenever they post their nails and stuff like that. Sometimes like the nail tech gets tagged. Sometimes they don't get tagged, but I wish it was all the time they got tagged. Like that's just how I feel
right.
like we should tag them all the time. Like y'all tag y'all hairstylist, tag the nail tech, because
Mhm.
the nail tech probably took longer on your nails than your hairstylist did. So I mean, might as
Mm-hmm.
well give that acknowledgement. But yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. And that's really no different with like the hairstyles too, like the colored hair, Lil Kim with the colored hair, like she made that hot. So yeah,
Yeah,
we made the beauty industry, hot, because of hip hop.
absolutely. Huge influence on all cultures for real. Like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, Lil Kim, I love her. I love her. I love her. So yeah, she was definitely a big one. Even Janet Jackson. I remember I seen Janet Jackson having. She had the nails. If I'm not mistaken, they're either square. They were stiletto nails, and she had like the hoops, like the rings, all over her like nails and everything. And I
Mm-hmm.
remember seeing, I did see Kim Kardashian have her nails like that too, and she also had it in her hair as well. And everybody was like, "Oh my God, this is such a new trend." Blah 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 blah. I want the nail piercings. I'm like, y'all, Janet Jackson did that too, guys, like years
Right.
ago. But
Mm-hmm.
whatever. Yeah, it's unfortunate, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I do agree that, us as, black nail artists or black people do deserve recognition in the beauty industry, hands down.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Now, I want to, get into this question. So in 10 years, what do you think your future will look like in 10 years?
Well, I know I'm gonna be a multi-millionaire, possibly, possibly billionaire. I see myself having multiple nail salons that are catering to men, women. I see
Mhm.
myself traveling the world with my family and just really doing what I love, just living a totally different lifestyle, a comfortable lifestyle.
Mhm.
Um, really just like enjoying and just reflecting and living at the same time. As far as like everything that like I want to see, like I want to be able to go to Tokyo and stuff and like teach
Mhm.
nails out there, even just do some nails out there. Like it don't even matter. Teach nails, do nails,
Mhm.
hell, both. I'll do both. It doesn't matter. But I just see like myself having like those. I see myself having schools, like at least like three schools, three of them, and having scholarships to give
Mhm.
to like minority children that are in high school that are wanting to be a part of the beauty industry but might not have the finances to cover like books or supplies or whatever. They might be able to, their admission might be covered, but they don't include all those other fees and stuff sometimes either. So yeah,
Mhm.
I feel like so far like that's where it's at. Oh, by then I'll be almost 40. So yeah, I better be comfortable in a multi-millionaire by then. Like I
Yeah,
better
yeah.
be like, yeah, we need to be
Mhm.
living. Matter of fact, I need that in the mid 30s, to be honest, like early 30s,
Right.
honestly. Like give it to me now. But other than that,
Mhm.
yeah, I feel like that's where it's at. Just like
Mhm.
living life with my family, my son, and just like
Mhm.
enjoying time with family, because I understand like you can always get caught up in work so much,
Mhm.
and also like chasing the bag so much that you
Right.
do miss out on time with your loved ones and stuff. And that's been a lesson that I've had to learn within like this last year. I've had to learn that you can get your money, but you can also have to make sure to balance out like your family time, especially whenever you have kids. Like that's a whole
Mhm.
nother ballgame too, because I know my mom, like she work all the time, and though she did spend time with us, it may not have been as much time as we would like because she was a single parent, so she had to do what she had to do or
Mhm.
whatever. So for me, I want to be able to provide for my son, but I want to be able to create those memories with him too, so that they're with him, excuse me, in the long run. I don't ever want him to
Right.
grow up thinking like, well, I wish we got to do this when I was younger or something like that. Like I just want to do
Right.
everything with him that comes to mind. He's my only child, so yeah, we're
Mhm.
gonna have a ball. Like definitely have a
Mhm.
good time. So yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Last but not least, where can people find you on social media and how can people support you and your business?
So on, you said find my social media, right?
Mhm.
Okay, yes. Okay, so my Instagram is simply Tonika. I have two pages. One is my personal, which is Nika Nichelle, but my main page is simply Tonika, which has all of my business things on there. I go live here and there. I try to go live more often.
Mhm.
I have different ways that you can support my business. You can support my business by ordering a press-on set, cuticle oils.
Hmm.
Also, soon gonna start back doing my one-on-one classes, group classes, mentoring.
Hmm.
Also, I have another way that you can support my business, and that's just simply sharing my stuff. Just share. You know what I'm saying? Like you
Hmm.
ain't gotta spend nothing. Just simply share everything. I do have my YouTube. It's still active and it's up. It ain't really active, but it's up, so you can subscribe to me still. And that's under Touched by Tonika. Touch with an ED because a lot of people just put touch, but it's touched. And then my TikTok is also Touched by Tonika. So definitely go on there and show me some love because I'll be on there TikToking it and stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
But yeah,
that's
that's it.
amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. But also, what type of one-on-one classes do you offer?
So basically it's a self-paced one-on-one. So if somebody comes and they're like a beginner and they want to learn how to apply tips or shape or learn how to do acrylic application, I don't mind taking the time out to help them with that, extend their like further out their education.
Hmm.
I mainly do those that are in school.
Hmm.
Not in school, but like they're fresh out of school, or
Right.
those who have their license, already have their license, but they don't know which way to go as far as like with all of the trends and everything like that. They want to learn how to do the trendy stuff. So a lot of
Hmm.
people lately have been asking me about nail art. So I'm actually putting
Right.
something together where I'll be able to teach them how to do different types of nail art, stone placement, because that's super important, especially with all these big, huge, chunky kawaii charms and stuff like that. Like you
Yeah.
gotta learn how to place it. You can't just throw them on there. So it's just really based off of like what that person is wanting, because I want to make sure that not only are they getting their time worth, but they're actually feeling like they're learning something. I don't want them to ever leave thinking like, oh, I could have just Googled this or YouTube it or something like that. Like
Right.
I want it to be very personal, and I want to be able to provide that experience and have an impact on their career as a nail tech. So yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Tanika, for jumping onto the show. Your work was
Yes.
absolutely cool. I
Thank you for
love
having
the photo shoot. It was really, really cool. I seen the
me. Thank
photos,
you.
so yeah, but I love this conversation as well. So, thanks for your
Yes.
insight. So it's really, really amazing. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Take care.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to click the bell for notifications. Also, follow me on my social media platforms and visit my website, ASIATHABIRD.com, and be on the lookout for more interviews to come very soon. Take care and stay beautiful.